Welcome back to Energy Bites, where I talk about all things energy for a happier and healthier life. Have you ever felt that life is unfair and that others seem to get all the breaks? Or maybe you've even felt that you're cursed with bad luck, where nothing good ever happens to you. I've definitely been there, and life continued to get worse and worse for me until I felt completely trapped and helpless. These feelings of hopelessness and desperation are ones that are probably familiar to most people. And it's difficult because it's not always something you want to share with others. But in this video, I'm going to help you to understand why this is happening to you, but more importantly, how you can get out of this negative cycle. And it's crucial that you understand the energy behind this as well, because this will emphasize to you why it's not your fault, and more importantly, how you can move forward. So get ready to feel more empowered to live a better life. Let's get started. Before we dive into how to break free from the victim mindset, let's talk about energy. Energy is more than just a scientific concept. It's the force behind your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Now imagine that your energy is like a magnet. Whatever energy you emit, positive or negative, you attract more of the same into your life. When you're stuck in a cycle of negative thoughts, like, why me? Or I'll never catch a break, you're unknowingly broadcasting low-frequency energy. It's like tuning your radio to a station that only plays sad songs. You can't expect to hear uplifting music until you change the frequency. This low energy doesn't just make you feel worse, it also colors how you interpret the world. A small inconvenience might feel like a massive setback, and genuine opportunities can seem like traps. You can think about it like this. Have you ever had a bad day where everything seemed to go wrong? You spill your coffee, you're late for work, and then you hit every red light on the way. That's your energy in action. When you're already frustrated, it's easier to notice and amplify the negatives. But when you're in a good mood, those same red lights don't seem to matter as much. This is how your energy directly impacts your experiences. Understanding this connection is the key to breaking free. Once you realize that your thoughts and emotions are shaping your reality, you can begin to shift your energy and take control of your life. When you're in a victim mindset, it's easy to feel like life is happening to you instead of for you. This mindset is often marked by patterns like blaming others, feeling powerless, and avoiding responsibility. For example, you might think, if only my boss wasn't so demanding, I could finally catch a break. Or, I'll never be happy because of what happened in my past. These thoughts create a loop. The more you dwell on what's wrong, the more helpless you'll feel. And the more helpless you feel, the harder it is to take action. It's like being stuck in quicksand. The more you struggle against it without a clear plan, the deeper you'll sink. Another common reaction in the victim mindset is avoidance. You might avoid taking risks because you're afraid of failing again. Or you might avoid addressing problems because it feels too overwhelming. While these reactions are natural, they often reinforce the very circumstances you're trying to escape. It's important to recognize these patterns, not to blame yourself, but to understand them. This awareness is the first step toward breaking free. And when you see how your energy and mindset are influencing your actions, you can start to make intentional shifts. Now, here's a powerful truth. You attract who you are, not what you want. If you're constantly thinking, I'm unlucky, you're likely to attract situations that reinforce that belief. It's not magic, it's psychology and energy at work. Your thoughts influence your actions, and your actions create your outcomes. For instance, if you believe that no one can be trusted, you might unconsciously push people away or overlook acts of kindness. This reinforces your belief, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. On the flip side, if you believe in possibilities and growth, you're more likely to spot opportunities and take steps toward them. You can also think of your energy as a mirror. If you're projecting negativity, that's what you'll see reflecting back at you. But when you start to shift your energy toward gratitude, hope, and determination, the world begins to respond with this same positivity. It's not about ignoring challenges, but about changing how you approach them. Many people believe in good luck and bad luck, but what if luck isn't real? In a previous video, I discussed how life is less about luck and more about perspective and choices. Now imagine you're planting a garden. If you plant weeds, you'll get weeds. If you plant flowers, you'll get flowers. The outcome isn't about luck. It's about what you choose to plant and nurture. Every choice you make sets off a chain reaction. If you choose to focus on problems, you'll likely create more problems. But if you choose to focus on solutions, you'll start to see opportunities you hadn't noticed before. This doesn't mean you can control everything, but it does mean that you have more influence over your life than you might think. Let's revisit an essential point. It's not your fault. The challenges you've faced and the pain you've endured, these aren't reflections of your worth or your choices. Life throws curveballs, and sometimes we're caught off guard. Acknowledging this isn't about denying responsibility for your actions, but about releasing unnecessary guilt. For example, if someone betrayed you, this is not a reflection of your value. It's a reflection of their choices. You didn't ask for the hardship, but you do have the power to decide how you respond. Blaming yourself or blaming others will keep you stuck. However, forgiving yourself will free you to move forward. Empowerment begins with a decision, the decision to reclaim your power. This doesn't mean denying your pain or pretending that everything is fine. It means choosing to see yourself as capable of growth and change, no matter what life has thrown your way. One way to do this is by reframing challenges as opportunities. Ask yourself, what can this teach me? Or how can I use this to grow? For example, a job loss might feel devastating, but it could also be the push you need to pursue a more fulfilling career. Every setback carries the seeds of a comeback if you're willing to look for them. Without going into too much detail about my own experience, as this would take a whole new video, I'm going to share with you the steps I took to reclaim my power. And I'm not going to give you the 5 steps that you need to follow or tell you how easy it was for me either, because I know all too well how hard it is to change things, especially when things get really challenging or when you've been in that mindset for years. But what I'm going to start with is this: you need to want to change. Now, I know that this sounds really bizarre for me to tell you this, but sometimes, even when things get really tough, you can get stuck living a life that's not what you want. And even when you're really unhappy, it's possible that this situation is safer than doing something different. Because if you were to change things, then you would enter into the space of the unknown, which can be even scarier than the life you're trying to leave. But back to the energy part of things. Remember, you attract what you are. So if you do something to improve your energy, then know that this will automatically mean that you will attract better things into your life, even if you don't yet know what that means. The important thing is that you take positive action, and you'll find that things will start to improve for you. Now, when I was stuck, it was really ingrained in my mind that I was in fact the victim of my life. And that's not something you can turn around just by reading a book or saying positive affirmations every day. I was so stuck that I became desperate, which I really hope isn't your case as well. But it finally drove me to take action, any action that would allow me to feel peace again. Instead of judging everyone and everything, I finally took some advice to start doing meditation. Now, if you knew me back then, I wasn't the type of person who you'd ever catch doing this. But like I said, I was desperate and willing to try anything. So I started the meditation on Twin Hearts by Master Chua Kok Sui. I was told that this was a very powerful and cleansing meditation that was based on loving kindness, and it would have a transformative effect if practiced regularly. And so this was my new 20-minute practice, which I promised to myself that I would do every day for an entire month. After a week, I noticed that my mind became quieter, and I didn't have as many thoughts running through my head as I normally did. After 2 weeks of the practice, I actually started to smile again, something that I hadn't done for almost a year. And so I continued because I knew something was shifting within me. By the end of the month, I can honestly say that I felt like a new person. And for the first time in a very long time, I felt peace, contentment, and this was the moment that I knew that things were going to be okay. If you've watched some of my other videos and wonder why I keep talking about the meditation on Twin Hearts, now you understand why. It has truly and incredibly changed my life. And that's also why I do what I do today and try to help others to learn about this wonderful and incredible world of energy. Because once you understand how energy affects every single area of your life, you'll know how to make choices that will empower you to live a happier and healthier life. So please see the description below, where I've included some links for the meditation on Twin Hearts, as well as videos and resources that will help you to get started as well. You are not a victim. Life may have tested you, but it's also given you the strength to rise. By understanding the energy behind your thoughts and emotions, reclaiming your power, and making intentional choices, you can create a life of freedom and empowerment. Thank you so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more inspiring content. And please also share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Together we can spread the energy of empowerment and help others rise above their challenges. Remember, your power lies in your choices, and every day is a new opportunity to step into your greatness. So take care, stay empowered, and I'll see you in the next video.